What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Right now you are looking down the road at Beach Town and you're taking a look at my square body dually log truck. And so the purpose of this video is basically, do you want to be able to take cool videos and pictures and stuff of your models that you create, such as this truck here, and do you want to be able to do it in the comfort of your home, your basement, your garage, your living room, wherever your shop may be? If the answer is yes, this is going to be the video for you. I'm going to talk about how I built these dioramas, and this is actually for a buddy of mine. I was trying to make him videos and send them on Facebook, and they weren't going through. He lives out in Iowa. I live over in Connecticut, up in New England, so there's quite the distance there. So unfortunately, the ability to chat back and forth about this stuff is very kind of scarce. So let's take a look at my dioramas, and we'll take a deeper dive into this, and we'll go from there. All right, so now I guess you guys popped out a tripod there. We'll go ahead and take a look. So this one here is built on, I think that's 1/2-inch plywood, same as that one. That one is, I believe, balsa wood from Hobby Lobby. That one and that one was made out of scrap plywood that I made for a friend. I made them a box for their dog to give birth in, so a whelping box. And then once that dog and its litter were old enough to come out of the whelping box, she let me use some of this plywood for dioramas. So with that being said, basically what I have done is, the first thing I do is I figure out kind of how I want to lay my diorama out. So I get my piece of wood. We'll use this one here for an example. So I get my piece of wood and I draw out kind of how I want it to look. So for instance, I knew I wanted a yard in this area here. I knew I wanted a driveway coming out and a shop. I knew I wanted it to be L-shaped to kind of square around my work area. This was an afterthought because I was trying to take pictures and I kept getting this corner in here and it just wasn't looking right. So this just slides in to make that corner up. So I kind of knew what I wanted it to look like as far as that goes. So next what I did was I actually drew it out on the wood. So I went in and I went through and I took some measurements, used the measuring tape, right angle square, a level, a couple things, and I drew out what I wanted or how I wanted it. Then after that, I went ahead and I gathered my items. So what I've done is I did, at Hobby Lobby, they have this stuff called sand mat, which is basically what this is. So it's essentially a piece of basically paper that already has that sand that you can get in the store already attached to it. So this is for covering huge areas. So as I did here, I covered these areas with the sand mat. I also went and got grass mat for the grassy areas here and over here. And then for the road, or driveway even, rather, at Hobby Lobby, they have different craft specialty construction paper. And this is a black glitter construction paper. And it actually imitates pretty good. I have that over here on this as well. This one obviously a little bit cleaner, and on the parking lot as well. So those are basically the grass mat, same thing. And then and then the specialty construction paper, I got this other silvery gray one for the sidewalk on this layout, and for the interior of the shop on this layout. So that's what I did. Then from there, I went and gathered trees, brush, so like all the bushes and stuff, and just other assorted items for what I was going to be doing. And those, if you come over here, take a look here. So those popsicle sticks, that is this stuff. So this is that brush. Let's see if we can get the camera. There we go. So basically what this is that stuff there. So these little, I think they're made out of styrofoam or something, balls that look like bushes or grass, and you can just peel them off and just glue them with Elmer's glue, kind of wherever you want. So then the next thing you do, so you get your grass mat laid in. We'll even use this one for an example here. There we go. All right, so you get your grass mat laid in here. Then you put your bushes in and your trees, your landscape. A lot of these trees have bases that you can actually pop off, and then you can drill holes down into the wood. On all of these, I did not do that. I came in with this granulated sand, which is this stuff here. And I laid Elmer's glue down around the base of the trees and then sprinkled this down around. And when it was all dried, like the next day, I shook it off and was left with these little landscape features. It's even back there in the playscape. I also use that for along the edging here, and to kind of, so that right there was a seam. Right here was a seam for the grass mat. So I mean for the sand mat. So I used that, and I used it along right here to kind of blend in that grass and that sand, so you don't have like a straight edge cut. And then I used some of it coming out to make like dirty tire tracks. I think if I were to do this all over again, I think I would put the mat down and then I would just cover the entire thing with the sprinkle spray, or with the sprinkle, this stuff here. And that way the edges don't stand out like that. And I may actually eventually do that on this one either way. So I did. Then after that, you kind of start, you get some of your detail, like your fencing, your little plants. I put an American flag in there. These I've gotten a lot of comments about, because I don't think anybody that I know has these, just playhouses and stuff on their dioramas. Having kids, it was super important to me to be able to kind of include their life in my life as far as diorama building went. So I made sure I had the little Tykes houses. Basically, if you go into the toy aisle in like Target, there's the Miniverse universe. You can look them up there. It's all like mini this and that and everything else. Well, they have a Miniverse little Tykes, and there's a ball you can get in a ball, and in the ball is 2 items, and they're usually mystery, but there's a way online you can look it up, and it'll show you how to be able to figure out what's in what thing. So anyway, I got the log cabin and the little playscape there, and I had also gotten up here the little T-ball set as well. So, and then after that, usually next is signs. A buddy of mine makes all these street signs, so I just use the music wire from, usually it's 0.047 music wire from Hobby Lobby as my signpost, and then I just glue the sign, as you can see right there. I just glue it right to the back of the post right to the back of the sign, and then glue the signs in the ground, so you can get, no parking anytime, do not enter, speed limit, stop sign over there. These ones, visitors parking only. These ones I did a speed limit sign and do not enter. And then this is supposed to be a mailbox that I kind of handmade. It looks like absolute crap, and I'm probably going to eventually replace it with a real 3D printed mailbox. So that is basically it. The only other thing that I didn't do on this, but I have on my pipeline dio, which happens to be on my shelf at my office, is ballasting or gravel driveways like that. So you get, so this is ballast for gravel roads. So basically what this is, and I'll put you guys down again so you guys can see that here. Basically what this is it's this granulated, I don't know if this is actual stone or if it's fake stone. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just fake stone. But anyhow, what it is it's for ballasting railroad tracks. So if you're not familiar with railroads, basically what that is if you look at a railroad, there's the rock that the track sits on. That's what this is for. I use it for dirt roads. You can get finer stuff too, but this is pretty good for like if you wanted to do like a wash rock gravel road, out on the power lines. A lot of times they use like a heavy gravel. That's what this would be for. So for like a construction entrance for a job site, stuff like that. And basically the way you lay this down is you lay it down dry in the area you want to lay it in. Then you come through with 50-50 mix isopropyl alcohol and Elmer's glue. You mix those up together. Or excuse me, isopropyl alcohol and water, not Elmer's glue. And you spray that on the grass, or on the gravel. Sorry if I mess up my words. It's been a really long day, and it's like 10 o'clock at night right now. And then you come back through with 50-50 mixed water and just your standard Elmer's glue. Just your regular old school glue. So you mix that up, and I usually mix it up in a bottle, so in an Elmer's glue bottle, and then you just squirt that onto the railway, or onto the gravel rather, and it basically just sucks it in, and that's how you get your ballast roads. And then that just kind of dries, and then after 48 hours, whatever, it is rock hard, and you can't, it's good. And then you just shake it off or vacuum off, whatever's left over that you didn't glue down, and you get road detail. So that is basically it. I don't think missed anything. I guess other things is like popsicle sticks come in super handy. Those. That's how I did on the sides of my 550. I just trimmed one of those up with some scissors, and that's how I did the bed rails here. All right, guys. Well, that is going to wrap this video up. I hope you guys are able to learn something from this video, and yeah. And then I think when I start building, if I start building, or whenever it is that I start building my big diorama, I think, here, I'll turn so you can see this. I think I will make videos of me doing these certain things that I just talked about, because a lot of these ones I just kind of built behind the scenes. I didn't really show a lot of it, especially this one, which is Beach Town. This one was one of the first ones that I built, and there's a lot of imperfections in it. You don't see it because I have it loaded up with vehicles, but for instance, like right there, you can see that the grass mat right there is peeling up. So I gotta eventually glue it and take all the stuff off, glue it, and set some books or something heavy on it to hold it down to glue it back. But like this one came out fine. And this one as well was pretty much fine. But yeah, so that is it. And oh, also, you guys kind of saw this. Friend of mine's father gets stuff from bin stores, which basically what those are is Amazon returns. Basically, they get, instead of Amazon reselling, they get sent to these bin stores where they just get thrown in these big huge bins, and people come through and they have set dates. So like Monday might be $1 a day, Wednesday maybe $6, whatever, and on that day everything in the store is that price. So he got this drawer thing which just bolts to a shelf. I just did this, my daughter and I just did this evening. Just put screws in there. This widens out. It goes all the way from the edge here all the way out to, I think, double this drawer width. So you can put stuff in here. So I decided to I brought this back that had all my paints and my car detailing stuff in it. And I decided to load my paints up in here, as well as the rest of my diorama stuff, my airbrush, paints, stuff like that. Load that all up in here. So then while I'm here working, I can just turn, grab what I need and go. And I may actually buy a second one of these for down there so I can add even more storage. So, all right, guys. Well, that is it. Hope you find this video helpful. Stay tuned because I got a lot more cool stuff coming now that, again, like I said, I got the shop. And I think I'm going to hang another set of these lights over here because this is going to be my painting station right there. Sneak peek. And I'm probably just going to have it kind of hanging up over there or something, or over here. See if I got enough string to hook into that one, just so I have some light while I'm painting. So, all right, guys. Well, again, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.